Alright, it's the Basement Podcast. I'm sat here with Geoblu. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Nah, it's all good, man. Why don't you tell me how long have you been making music?
I've been making music since I was like 13. Yeah. I've always just been writing lyrics.
Okay.
And before that I was writing sort of fictional stories. And
okay.
I've always just loved writing. Because I heard Eminem, like he was my first big inspiration.
Really?
And he got me into rap.
Oh, sick. Okay, alright. So like, your biggest tune out right now is Wannabe Trapper?
Yeah.
It's got like 10k on your channel, which is good.
Yeah.
What you talk to me about that? Was it like making that? What made you want to make that?
So I sort of, obviously at the time, and also I think sort of it still is the case now, but sort of like trapping and that kind of theme was sort of taking over the music scene in the UK scene, and I just felt like it was a sort of negative message to spread. Right. And obviously to an extent it's a reflection of a reality, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
But at the same time I feel like there's so much more you can do with music. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I sort of thought like I'd sort of stand up to it a bit, like I say I don't really care that you shot packs and things like that, because
So do you like, as like a music listener, do you tend to like try and stay away from like trap music, or do you kind of like, do you still listen to it?
I still listen to it, definitely. Like obviously, like I'm sort of a bit of a hypocrite. I definitely listen to it because it sounds cool, but at the same time I feel like it's taken over too much, and especially at the time. Do you know what I mean? So
your second song, your second biggest song, I'd say, is like This Generation.
Yeah.
That's got another interesting concept behind it. So why don't you talk to me a bit about that?
So yeah, again, like I just want to sort of spread a message with my music, and at the same time make it sound cool.
Yeah. Sure.
And so I just sort of obviously talk about our generation, and like I don't like the way the world is going, because everyone's sort of on their phones the whole time. It's all about, you know, who's got the most followers, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And so I just want to spread the message, just like, and I think it's very negative.
Yeah.
Because I started off just sort of rapping like on hip hop, and then obviously like grime was popping, like sort of it came back in like 2015.
Yeah.
And that's when I put out Set That Pace.
Sure. Was that like your first grime tune?
That was my first. Yeah, it was like my first proper tune, and it sort of popped off actually.
Did it?
Yeah. I didn't make visuals for it, but yeah. Like, because obviously grime was popping at the time, like, and since, you know, grime was right on my doorstep. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. What you talk to me about growing up in London then? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a city person.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I in terms of music, in terms of like culture, like you're very exposed to it.
Yeah. Do you like living in London?
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't think that I could live sort of in a quiet place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
What about? So I want to talk to you about making grime. You said you started with like regular, more hip hop beats, like rapping on that. What made you want to kind of transfer over to grime and like the higher pace and stuff like that?
I just started listening to grime, like Wiley, Skepta, and I just loved it.
Yeah.
And I just loved how just the hype of it, and I feel like grime's a lot more focused on your flow in general. Yeah. And how you can hype up a crowd, and just how raw it is.
Sure.
So yeah, I was definitely.
What have you always been listening to grime, like old, like back in the day grime, like old school, like Dizzy, Wiley, and that? Was it more like Skepta, Stormzy, like stuff like more current grime?
Older stuff.
Okay.
100%.
Right.
I don't really. I mean, I rate that a lot more than like old school Dizzy. I mean, I rate that a lot more than the sort of commercial grime that's come out. Like, you know, like Stormzy and that. But I also listen to a lot of sort of grime newcomers. Sure. But obviously, since grime's not really popping right now, but you know, like the sort of people that started doing grime late, like not old school, but still underground. You know what I mean?
What do you listen to? Do you rate like Izzy Gibbs and that? Or
Yeah.
Sick,
I rate Izzy Gibbs.
Sick. So who else do you listen? So what artists are you listening to right now?
Right now, I'm mostly listening to hip hop.
Yeah,
like
okay.
old school hip hop.
Okay.
Like Tupac.
Okay.
I've gotten like really into Tupac recently. He's like a really big inspiration for me. And just a lot of old school hip hop like Rakim.
Right, nice.
Like Big L.
Like 90s stuff.
Yeah.
You just made a video for Whispering, which has been on your SoundCloud for a little while.
Yeah.
That's more like regular hip hop or like like more boom bap like type stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what made you like kind of want to make a visual for that straight after dropping 2 big grime tunes?
I thought I'd switch it up. Do you know what I mean? I thought it'd appeal to a different audience. Obviously, like I found it hard to put out in the first place.
Sure.
Like on my SoundCloud.
Yeah.
But as soon as I put that out, I just thought like, fuck it, man. The most real stuff is your best stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, also I like to do like not stick to one genre and just do as much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I find like it's different to write. Like I find it just depends on what mood I'm in.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like and they're very different. So I like doing both, like hip hop, grime, sort of more trap stuff as well.
Has Whispering been like received in a good way compared to like your grime stuff, or is it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, 100%. Like I definitely got a lot more sort of negative comments and stuff on the more grimy stuff.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%,
Okay.
100%. Because Whispering is sort of my own personal struggle or whatever, and it's my own story. I feel like there's not much you can say to sort of knock that.
Sure.
But for example, in Wannabe Trapper, like I feel like that's more sort of controversial because I was going against something in the scene.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
So
this is from like your personal.
yeah,
experience.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Right, nice man. You released an EP as well, Stuck in a Dream.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that EP, man.
Like it was never planned to be an EP. I just sort of put all the songs together because they sort of all had a common theme of like the surface and then what's underneath.
Sure.
That. And you've got the song Stuck in a Dream, which is a lot more fast paced and it's not really anything too deep. Do you know what I mean? But then the other 3 like are definitely more like they're deeper
So I've noticed that you've recently got into like freestyling. I noticed that you did like a cypher on with the pit. Why don't you talk about how come you got into that then?
I just realised the importance of going to those events.
Sure.
To make your presence known. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I've started going along to those and like also going to those events like which I'm starting to go to a lot more now.
Sure.
Is you actually feel the music in its sort of rawness. Do you know what I mean? And that's like the best feeling to hear. To hear like something so raw and like sort of underground.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's different to just hearing a track. But when people are all jumping on the mic,
there's a lot of energy in it.
Yeah, and there's something so sort of spontaneous about it. And
have you found that like the people you've met like through that or other rappers have you found like you're learning new stuff from them and stuff like that?
Yeah, 100%. Because also it's one thing listening to like tracks, but when you sort of like certain people stand out, and you can sort of take from that. And I've realised from that that you've sort of, to an extent, you've got to sort of like really condense your lyrics and
for tracks.
And sort of make it catchy and something that attracts people.
Sure. What made you make the change between hip hop to grime? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that was just because like I just sort of just got into grime and I remember the first grime I ever heard was a guy called Blizzard. Like,
in fact, I'm not gonna even bait myself out. I've never heard of Blizzard in my life. I can't lie. Go on.
Fair enough.
I ain't gonna bait myself out.
It was like a freestyle and
by Blizzard, yeah.
Yeah, Blizzard.
Sure.
And it was just so sick, like the way he just packed loads of syllables into like a fast, something like, and I just loved it. So that made me think, alright then.
Get into it.
Yeah.
Nice, man. What direction do you think you'll go in the future? Like, will you go like, will you stay on this grind wave now, like keep doing like the cyphers and the freestyles, or do you think you'll like branch out into maybe like trap, or do you think you'll go back to like old school hip hop? Where do you think you'll go with it?
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Like, just whatever I feel. I definitely want to keep on doing like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And just a lot of genres, like keep on doing hip hop 100%.
Sure.
But obviously, grime's a bit dead right now.
Right.
So I reckon it will make its comeback. But I think that's because not actually because, but like drill's taken over now, and that's the sort of prevalent culture in London now, rather than grime.
Do you not listen to much drill?
No, I do listen. I do listen to drill because obviously it's always there. Like the big platforms, Link Up TV, GIM, all like promoting it and whatever. And it's a big like. I do listen to drill, but
grime. It's not like grime to you then.
But yeah, but I feel like I definitely prefer the grime wave.
Sure.
As opposed to drill.
So when you make music, do you kind of do it off like what your headspace is at the time?
Yeah,
like wherever you are, like whatever. Sure, man. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why like I find it so hard to go back once I've sort of written something and like I could never put myself. If I'm in that mind state, I can write for ages. Like I'll be in my zone, whatever. But but then if I leave it a bit and then go back, it's so hard to, because you can't really get back in the same mind state. I don't know, like you
can't force it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's sort of hard to notice. But in whispering, the second verse I wrote like quite a bit of time after the first, because the first was sort of like it was a hard time for me.
Okay.
And the second was more like looking back.
Okay.
And like if you sort of listen to the lyrics, you might be able to sort of notice that.
Alright. So what other stuff you got going out in the future?
So I've got quite a lot of stuff coming soon. So I've got like a few features and
okay, sick.
So I've got like a grime track, and I've got like a sort of more like wide appeal song that I'm sort of jumping on, because I also enjoy writing sort of more like less deep lyrics sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Just something that sounds good.
Do you think is that more regular hip hop then?
It's like sort of quite trap.
Okay.
And I've got like another grime song. Like it's not quite grime. It's sort of a variation of grime. But it's like the same tempo. I'm trying to do sort of more lo-fi trap as well.
Sure.
And I'm gonna have like a track soon coming out.
Nice, man.
And a hip hop track I've got as well. That's gonna come. But definitely, like I feel like lo-fi trap's gonna take over the UK, like a sort of, do you know House of Pharaohs?
Yeah.
And it's sort of like that type where it's sort of like very inspired by grime, but also a sort of response to trap.
Okay. So for everyone watching, what are your social medias? Where can they get you at?
So my Instagram's geo.blue and then an underscore, and then my SoundCloud and YouTube's just Geoblu, GEOBLU.
Sick, man.
Safe for having me, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
It.
I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you, man.